Welcome to Ace Attorney, baby. I got my arm badge. I got my desk. It's Ace Attorney time. First Ace Attorney as a VTuber. Let's fucking go. Were you also injected with medicine juice today? What? Excited about life juice, perhaps. Woo! I got the VTuber juice. Delicious. Sip, sip, sip. Anyway, hi guys, what the heck is up? First Ace Attorney stream as a VTuber. I really hope that the stream doesn't crash 3 times, like it did on Wednesday. But I have made a few changes, to my settings since last sesh. I switched to a different encoder, which was a new one I was trying and had never used before that stream on Wednesday. So that may have been part of it. I also adjusted my bitrate. I lowered it a little bit, so hopefully we will not overload the stream. I don't know much about technology, but it worked fine in the test stream. So everybody just knock on wood. Knock on your defense desks. Oh, god damn it. I forgot to put the little wine glass in there. I should do that. Next stream. Next Ace Attorney stream. Okay. Next Ace Attorney stream, I will have mine. Hello, Jealous. Jackson says your VTuber avatar is cute as heck. Thank you. I'm an anime girl. Anyway, I'm gonna say hi to chat now real quick before we get started. Abjur Moranth, hello. Donham Theron, hello. Shiro Bliss, hi. Alia. Chris Hall 27, hello. Yua, hello. What's up, all you heckin' nerds? Who's ready for case 3 of Ace Attorney Game 2? Oh, wait, I have a button for that. Hold on. If I time it right, it can make it look like I'm screaming the air horn noise. Hold on, I want to try that. Air horns in 3, 2, 1. Noise. Time for science fair murder. Hey, now we don't know that it's murder. It might just be a pleasant romp at the Grid exhibition. You don't know. A chill case and there's no murder anywhere. Exactly. It's gonna be totally normal, totally fine. A chill case where there's no murder. We're just gonna hang out and enjoy this great exhibition together, and nothing can go wrong. Nothing will go wrong. Oh, guys, real quick before we start, a bit of science has happened. Speaking of science, a bit of VTuber science has happened since our last stream. I am now, for the inevitable feels that shall be thrown my way during the course of probably the rest of this game, I present to you sad face. I can be sad now. This is the face I'm gonna make when I don't want to risk like saying something. This is the face I make when I cry about sad anime boys. Anyway, so there's that science that we have for the future. Hopefully I won't need it, but knowing this game, I almost definitely will. I could be brown, I could be blue, I can blush and cry! Anyway, when the iris reveal happens. Okay, see, I got confused for like a hot second there. I've been thinking about the original Ace Attorney trilogy a lot, and there's actually another character named Iris in the original Ace Attorney, and she is also a character that I get extremely emotional about, but for very different reasons. Nobody spoil it in chat. But let's just think about Trials and Tribulations Iris for a moment and just... Okay. Let's get into this shit. Let's go! Continue! Also, I was thinking about it, like I did a little test stream earlier. Return of the Great Departed Soul is has terrifying implications is the name of this case. What the hell is gonna happen today? Let's get into it. Lord Chief Justice's office, let's fucking go. Iris looks like she's dressed up and ready to go to Disney World. Dude, you gotta get those birds out of your office, man. Good ghost. There's no spirit channeling in this game, at least not yet. Hang on, let me do something real quick. I'm doing something real quick. Okay. Cool. I recalibrated it so it looks like I'm looking towards the game more. Let's go. It's been about 6 months now since I was last here. Oh, you guys are gonna get to see me, like, lip-syncing along to all of this, so congratulations, you get to stare at me now. But some things never change. Like the sense of foreboding I always seem to feel in this place. It's all the birds. This place is full of birds. Oh. Iris! What are you doing? What are you doing, babe? Doesn't seem to be bothering Iris at all, though. She's happily reading over there.
Oh, I love this place. I always find so many interesting books here.
Of course, I was forgetting that you've been here before. The time we came here 6 months ago. Oh, yeah. Love your voice acting. Thank you! I do my very best. We haven't even gotten to my bad Russian accent yet. When Suzato-san was given the news that she was to return to Japan. She is vibing, and we love that for her. Ha, I understand you wish to speak with me. Yeah, this is the, well, this is the second stream I've done with the VTuber. So... Lord Strongheart, I trust you've been keeping well? Forgot what voice I gave this guy, so... Let's see. Since you arrived and requested an audience, it's been 4 hours, 32 minutes, and... 26 seconds. I've kept you waiting a while. My apologies. Oh, no, not at all. I like nothing more than standing around, staring into space. Good to know. Good to know that doesn't appear to bother him at all. Male Strongheart, Lord Chief Justice of London. He's the man who allowed me to start practicing as a defense lawyer when I arrived in Britain as a student. You need only savor the air for a moment in this grand office to understand his preeminent status. As you will be aware, the Great Exhibition of London is now underway at last. We're extremely busy as a result, policing the grounds, guarding the new technologies, dealing with petty crime. And furthermore, as of next month, we shall open the International Forensic Science Symposium. Oh, I've not heard about that. Investigating authorities from 40 countries around the globe will be taking part, including from your own land. Forensic science is the future. The world must embrace it. God damn it, did they not get those birds out of my office yet? As we're the hosting nation, I have much to do. And it is my highest priority. If others must wait for my attention as a result, so be it. Well, it's nice to know where I stand. So, you wish to consult with me? Of course, I can very well imagine what this is about. Thank you for agreeing to this meeting, my lord. I want to be allowed to start working as a defense lawyer again in court. That's what brought me here today. But actually, there's something else playing on my mind as it happens. A secret, certain government call-out post, perhaps?
Bruno, just take a deep breath and come out with it.
Ooh, that was bad.
Please don't bonk me, Mr. Strong...
Hang on. No, hang on.
Please don't bonk me, Mr. Strongheart.
Okay, that was very cursed. I'm never doing that again. I actually came here today to ask for your permission. Go on. 6 months ago, my right to work in court as a lawyer was revoked, and I was told to spend my time studying. Obviously, I'm very sorry for what happened, but the thing is, it made me understand what it really means to defend somebody under the rules of a foreign justice system. And I desperately want to have another go. Please, permit me to enter the courtroom again. Mr. Naruhodo. Yes? Here it comes. I'm sure you haven't forgotten your position here, have you? At best, you are a substitute for your compatriot. Thus was never your intended role. Ooh, sick burn. Well, that's true. The Japanese government actually sent my best friend on this study tour, not me. It should have been Kazuma. Kazuma! He was so determined to bring change to our own justice system at home. That was his calling. If that tragic accident hadn't happened, I wouldn't be here in this office now. Bloody. Mr. Asogi was my best friend, you see. That's why I can't leave it unfinished. I have to fulfill his calling for him. His calling, you say? Has it never occurred to you that perhaps you know nothing of his true calling? Sorry? The mission with which that young law student was charged, what do you suppose it really was? What do you mean, mission? He's not making any sense. What? Never mind. I've read all the reports you've submitted over the past 6 months. It's clear to me that you regret your actions and have been studiously obeying your revised instructions. Do you mean... As of this moment, I reinstate your license to practice law here in Great Britain, and just in time, someone's gonna die, I'm sure. Thank you so much.
That's wonderful news, Runo!
In fact, I believe we have the perfect case to mark your comeback. Who died? A curious affair. You'll consider it, I hope? Of course! Please, tell me more. You described it as a curious affair? Yes, that's right. I believe it was reported in the press. Are you aware that there was a serious accident at the Great Exhibition yesterday? Oh, yeah, I saw that cutscene. Some guy exploded. Oh, no.
Yes, I read about it. A professor from Germany tried to carry out a crazy experiment. Let me see. How was it described? Super high voltage instantaneous kinesis, I think.
Instantaneous kinesis? As in moving things with a click of the fingers?
That's right. It's just what my herba blends need. A dash of devil may care.
Whatever the serious accident was exactly, it's clearly captured Iris's imagination. It's an unfortunate business. A large explosion engulfed the public experimentation stage and a man lost his life. A certain Mr. Odie Asman. Odie Asman? What's the pun there? An inventor and a well-known figure in society. A large explosion?
A man died?
The man responsible for the experiment was Professor Albert Harebrain. Okay. Okay. He was detained immediately after the incident and it is due to appear in court tomorrow. On the charge of murder. What? Murder? If you intend to take on his defense, you should hurry to meet with him at the prison. Pun for Albert Harebrain. I got it! Yeah! There is very little time left for you to carry out any kind of investigation. Great exhibition. A scientific experiment gone wrong and... murder? I feel out of my depth before I've even started. Ah, come on, bud. We've done murder cases before. Still.
We should go to the prison straight away then and try to meet with this German professor. Don't you think?
Definitely. Ah, yes. One more thing about the case. It's leather and very expensive. Don't go ruining it. I mean, what? There's a connection with our mutual acquaintance, the Reaper. Ooh, give me more deets about my racist asshole hot boy. Okay, so if you guys didn't see, like, the tail end of Monday's stream, Van Zeeks got attacked in the night, apparently, and I want to know what the fuck happened there. I want to go to his hospital room and pester him. Be like, oh, I heard you got stabbed. What's up, bud? You get stabbed by a bird, man? What's that about? Oh, with Lord Van Zeeks? How? All sorts of conferences have been taking place around the world to coincide with the Great Exhibition. And next month, the largest and most important of them all will take place at last. The International Forensic Science Symposium. It does seem as though criminal investigation needs to embrace scientific methods, doesn't it? You know, like fingerprint analysis, and blood analysis, and all those things that we have that people won't let us use as evidence! Damn it! Exactly.
Yeah.
London, the global epicenter of culture, science, and wealth, now has a population exceeding 6 million. Yeah, I made myself a defense desk. So that I can stand by. I've got the armband, too. I've got a little armband. Can you see it? Can you see it? Can you see it? Can you see it? It's because I am the Ace Attorney. Me!
Ace Attorney.
Sadly, crime in the capital is growing at a similarly startling rate. So it's imperative that we use the latest scientific method to resolve cases as efficiently as possible. Which is what's known as forensic science, isn't it? Fun fact, your girl almost went into forensic science, actually, in college. If I wasn't an art student, I would have either gone into forensics or I would have been a vet. I decided against being a vet because I cry too easily and seeing sick animals made me sad. But I considered going into forensics very briefly because I have a cousin who does that. And also, I have no sense of smell, so I could go on crime scenes with dead bodies and it wouldn't bother me a bit. Anyway. Exactly. The future of policing.
Yeah.
Regrettably, however, Britain is currently dragging its feet when it comes to the adoption of forensic methods. Oh dear, that's alarming. Exactly. It's extremely alarming.
Yeah.
You'd missed crucial smell-based clues. Listen, other people can sniff the corpses for me. I don't need to sniff them. My thing is, like, I can smell things, but I can't tell the difference most of the time between good smells and bad smells out of context. Yeah. If I were Her Majesty's Attorney General, you can be sure. The numbers of crimes committed and resolved in London would be very different to the current figures. And I can cite 12 solid arguments and 223 individual reasons to support my claim. Okay, let me have them. Let me have all of them. Go on. Sorry. By way of apology for keeping you waiting earlier, I shall detail everyone. Okay, dude, I was joking. You don't have to right now. I'm what?
Oh, how fascinating.
Iris, please don't encourage him. I was joking. It all began 15 years ago. I was... And then we went to hell. The end. So how'd everybody like Ace Attorney? Stream's over, game's done. No questions answered. Exactly how I like it. And that more or less sums up my feelings on the matter. I would have loved it if, like, the lighting changed. And, like, suddenly it was evening. And that more or less sums up my feelings on the matter. In the simplest terms, of course. Essentially, to formally establish a forensic investigation division within Scotland Yard. That is my mission. Do you want to hear this again? And then you accidentally press A too fast and he goes into the whole thing again. Oh, right. Yes, that's wonderful. Exactly. Wonderful is precisely what it will be. Iris is keeping herself occupied. Iris isn't paying attention at all. She's got her nose in another book now.
Oh, is it over? Did you learn anything useful?
I actually drifted off for the most part. He's surprisingly ardent about forensic science. Forensics of the future, Ryunosuke! Get with it. Wasn't he gonna tell us another thing? Ah well, if it's important, we'll come back to it. No further topic of conversation to him, I suppose. I'll come back to him later. Yeah, I want to go meet our, Dr. Hairbrain here. The warden said cell 11. That's this one.
There's someone curled up in a ball at the back corner, look.
Oh, what's his name again? Professor Albert Hairbrain, wasn't it? God, these names. Excuse me, Professor Hairbrain? God, it's the worst name. It's not quite as bad as Shamsphere, but it's still pretty bad. Look at this fucking guy and his poof. Okay, we need a name. He's German? Your girl has no idea how to do a German accent. It's just gonna turn into Russian. If I try to give this man a German accent, it will turn into Russian because I don't know how to do German. What kind of voice do I give this punk? Who are you? Yep, he's a nerd now. He's a nerd voice. I'm giving him a nerd voice. Sorry. I'm Rinosuke Naruhodo. A lawyer! Das Boot. Listen, I can't do a German accent, Alia. It's not consistent. It would turn into Russian. Also, he's got very pretty eyes. Can we mention that? Can we observe that? Was it something I said? A lawyer, you say? Would you be here about the experiment? Are you going to defend my hypothesis? What is it with defendants in this game speaking in all caps? Your hypothesis? Sorry, I don't... Yesterday's demonstration! That magnificent demonstration was an out and success! And by anyone's calculations, he's actually kind of cute, you guys. I'm not going to deny. He's kind of cute, actually. I kind of like him. But despite that, no one listens. No lawyer believes in the science. When it's explained, they all leave at high velocity. He's entirely up your alley. Shut up! He's basically oh my god, shut up! Don't bring D&D into this! Oh my god. Now's probably not a good time to mention that your zeal made my concentration leave for a while too. You broke concentration, the spell is over. Like, you guys, I love him! Look at his look at his face! Oh! Hold on, wait. Look at his face, he's adorable! He did make a man explode, but look at him! How could you accuse that man of murder? Look at him! He's adorable! Okay, let's talk to our guy now here. Look at him! You mentioned the demonstration yesterday. Alia, Star X Sholmes OTP, excuse me, but listen. Oh god, it's all the blonde boys, isn't it? Fuck.
The papers have called it a spectacular failure. After all, the man died in the explosion, didn't he?
Yeah. Yes, you could interpret the results in that way if you really wanted to. Well, I suppose in the strictest sense, the experiment was a failure, but at the same time, it was a great success. You've lost me. I saw it with my own eyes, right there in front of me, Mr. Assman. I'm calling him that from now on. His name is not Asman, it's Assman. Mr. Assman! Mr. Assman was spontaneously disassembled. Until then, everything was going exactly as my calculations had predicted. At that point, he should have been beamed to the Crystal Tower by instantaneous kinesis. However, he's fucking dead now. How the fuck did that happen? The machine exploded and Mr. Assman the machine exploded and Mr. Assman, in fact, perished? I feel bad. I'm making fun of a fictional dead man, but... Yes, I can't deny that part of the experiment was a failure. So what you're really saying is the large explosion that killed Mr. Assman was an accident, correct? I'm sorry, I have to call him that.
But the bigwigs that had you arrested on suspicion of murder.
He's so cute, fuck. I was responsible for a man's death. That is the immutable truth here. And for that, I wish to be punished. At once. But... murder? Never in a million years! It was an accident! Simply an accident! I see.
Ellie and I were talking this morning, you know. He said the situation would change completely depending on whether it was treated as an accident or a murder.
How exactly?
Well, if it really was an accident, then the professor's machine would be kept in protective custody.
On what grounds?
Ah, yes! It's newly established here in Britain, the Special Dispensation for Scientific Equipment Act.
That one passed me by.
But if the case is treated as murder, then they'll shame my machine with the murder weapon and they'll make me pore over it as much as they like. If they examine it in detail, they'll find out how it's made, and then they'll be able to copy my idea. My precious hypothesis will be stolen. The machine must be protected from that at all costs. That's why it's imperative this whole incident is shown to have been an accident in tomorrow's trial.
Oh, I see now. Stop being cute. Hey guys, so remember on the last stream where I talked about I have my reverse bell curve of how smart a guy is versus how stupid they are, and that's how much I love them? Like, if they're really, really stupid, I love them a lot. If they're mediocre, I'm like, eh. And if they're really, really smart, I'm like, yay. He's a science man. And he's adorable. I'm just saying, this isn't character for me. This is fully within the reverse himbo bell curve, is all I'm saying. He's smart and he's stupid. He's both my type simultaneously. Oh no! He's stupid smart. Although if you think about it, Elvis is stupid smart too, because he's a scholar, but he's also a raging dumbass. Look at him. Look at his face! He's so serious. So, in short, there was a terrible accident at the Great Exhibition Showground yesterday.
Yes! Or rather, no. The devil is in the details. Strictly speaking, there was a terrible explosion.
Sounds like the same to me.
You were demonstrating super high voltage instantaneous kinesis, weren't you? How fascinating! Humans, like all matter, are made up of particles that are held together by electrical bonds. So it must be possible using a sufficiently high voltage to break those bonds and beam the particles through space. That's it in a nutshell. That's my idea, you see? That's my amazing hypothesis.
Gosh, that's unimaginably high-level science.
Oh, but dare to imagine it? Dare to dream of such incredible technology? Just think, 1 minute I could be here in this cell, and the next I could be at the Great Exhibition again.
Well, yes, that would be incredible, because it implies that you broke out of prison. Look at him do his little shimmy. Wait for it, he's gonna do it again. Wait for it. Yeah.
And the next, in the mere blink of an eye, I could be at the Great Parisian Theater, say. The possibilities are endless. The whole of our vast planet would be within reach.
So no more hiding in wardrobes on rocky seafloors for 50 days? Or rocky seas?
I don't really see it like that.
Oh, what do you mean, Iris?
Well, if you could travel anywhere in the world instantly, the planet wouldn't really seem vast anymore, would it? I think it would feel like it had shrunk. My word, that's exactly right. What are the implications? What does this mean? Oops, that got Professor Bunnybrain really worried by the look of it. Bunnybrain? Oh, 'cause he's a hair...
Iris! You're adorable, baby. Clearly, this is yet another case of just because you can doesn't mean you should, I suppose.
The point is, my calculations are flawless. The science works. But without a practical demonstration, it means nothing. And that's always a fly in the ointment. Because practical demonstrations cost a lot of money. Money that young scientists like you don't have. Oi! That's exactly it, yes. Earl is always complaining about it. He says the government should invest more in science. Well, anyway, I bumped into him at the right time. I met the well-known investor, Mr. Assman.
The victim who died in yesterday's terrible accident, you mean? I'm sorry. I know he died and that's very tragic. I'm going to call him Mr. Assman for the rest of this trial. The full name of the man who died in yesterday's accident was Mr. Odie Assman, wasn't it? What exactly was your relationship with the man?
He first visited me in my laboratory in Germany a year ago now.
Ass McBooty Assman. He really loves to play Assassin's Creed.
He said he wanted to invest in my immaculate hypothesis. I thanked my lucky stars.
Stop! Never. I see, so you hadn't really known each other until then.
Money for scientific research? I'm so envious. As far as I was concerned, the man was an angel.
Oh, really?
An archangel, even. He was prepared to fund a practical demonstration of my hypothesis for presentation at the Great Exhibition. And if that went well, I could expect an additional financial support for my research from the British government. Mr. Assman provided me with money and an exceptional engineer. He produced a machine to my precise specifications. But then your dreams were blown to dust in one enormous explosion. As you can see, I owed everything to Mr. Assman. I would never, ever have thought of taking the man's life.
Well, he seems genuine enough. I don't think he's lying. What do we have in evidence? Oh, I guess it's this. Oh, I should go back and show the paper to the other guy, I guess, because he was talking about the Great Exhibition, and I was like, he's done talking to me. I'll go talk to him again after this, don't worry.
Ugh, how could this have happened?
You must feel awful. As well as a man losing his life, the Crystal Tower was greatly damaged, too.
I know what happened! It must have been that.
That?
The day before the demonstration, I had my usual meal of frankfurters at the hotel restaurant. When I paid the bill, they gave me 3 shillings too much in change. But instead of saying anything, I slipped the coins into my pocket. They're still there now.
Karma got him.
It's divine retribution for my wrongdoing. That's what this is.
For a scientist, he has some very illogical anecdotes. Long and logical. Or long and illogical. Alright, so I guess he doesn't have anything else to say to me. Back to, my guy. Let's go. Hey, sorry, we're back. I forgot to show you this. Oh, that reminds me. Have you seen this? The reports of overwhelming success of the Great Exhibition? Of course. No, not that. The story on the back page. What story? The one where... Okay, hold on. I didn't notice he was wearing a top hat last time. That must have escaped my note. He's wearing a top hat. He's wearing a top hat. Look at him. Abe Lincoln looking ass. Holy shit, Mr. Reaper. He's a proper English gentleman with his little top hat. Baron von Top Hat. I know it's normal fashion, but look at him. Look at him in his fucking vampire in a top hat. Come on. Come on. If we meet Birdman, can you give him a Batman voice? Absolutely. Maybe not. Sorry, I'm just very distracted by Von Zoink's top hat. Adam West Batman? I'm not familiar. Quick, someone do an impression of Adam West Batman in the chat so that I can imitate it. Yeah, what the heck is that? Skeleton captures bumbling... What? Looking at the headlines. The Reaper attacked. Ah, that. You've enjoyed some victories in court against my #1 prosecutor, have you not? Little bitch. What was that? Nothing.
Oh, Mr. Reaper, what happened to him? He wasn't killed, was he?
There's no need for concern. Lord Van Zeeks would not be so easily dispatched, I assure you. I mean, come on, have you seen the man's top hat? It's crazy huge. You can't kill a man like that. Can you tell us what happened? I'd really love to know. Very well. If it interests you. Yes, please tell me what happened. I wish to know more about this Birdman that they apparently caught on camera posing very cool with my top hat guy. Is he still in the hospital? I want to go say hi to him and like maybe laugh at his top hat in person. I would love that, honestly. Fortunately, Lord Van Zeeks emerged from the attack unscathed. Street ruffians are no match for that man. He's a very capable fighter. Have you seen the fucking sword he carries around? It's huge. But that's incredible. They were armed with guns. And if you move a sword fast enough, you can deflect bullets. What's hard to understand about that? Why was he attacked, though? Do we know? It's related to events that occurred a month ago. A leader of one of the capital's criminal organizations was indicted and prosecuted by Van Zeeks. But the man was acquitted. I've no doubt large sums of money were involved behind the scenes. Large sums of money? A deplorable situation. Members of the jury were bribed, it seems. However, despite winning his freedom, the man in question met a dramatic end yesterday. But you're not suggesting that was the work of the Reaper, surely? The victim's henchman certainly seemed to think so. He was a man by the name of Assman, Mr. Wait, what? Mr. Odie Assman. Did you say Assman? That can't be a guy's name.
That's the man who died in the big explosion at the Great Exhibition.
Yes, known publicly as an investor, but in reality, the head of a significant criminal organization. Oh, shit. Unbelievable. I wonder, could I ask you something, Lord Strongheart? Yes, I have questions too. Try me. Why do you use Lord Van Zeeks as a prosecutor? He's kind of a dick. All the criminals who manage to get off in court then meet with mysterious ends outside the courtroom. And fearful of that fate, they seek to strike at Lord Van Zeeks first. I know there's no evidence that he actually is the Reaper in that sense, but still. Something's clearly going on here. I have Van Zeeks' work for the prosecution service for two reasons. Firstly, the man is the best prosecutor in the capital, bar none. And secondly, any deaths of criminals that have occurred outside the courtroom following his trials are nothing to do with him. But that doesn't make sense! How can you explain this way so many have died if not by someone's hand? Van Zeeks may have earned himself the moniker of the Reaper, but he is no killer. So he will continue to prosecute on behalf of the Crown. Unless he wishes otherwise, of course. Shit. Well, I must be leaving for my next engagement. I'm already 11 hours and 16 minutes late. My colleagues must be starting to fidget. 11 hours late? That's quite something. That meeting had already started when I arrived back here for this engagement with you. So lateness was inevitable. Time stops for no man. I'm sure it stopped for me during those 12 solid arguments and 223 reasons. Oh, yes, where would I find... Yes, I want to go say hi to him! I would assume he's at his office. Right, I'll go and ask him about the attack in person. I want to get this straight from the horse's mouth. Away with you now. I'm leaving Professor Harebrain's defense entirely in your hands. Of course, yes. Thank you very much, my lord. Okay, everybody take bets on what's in this guy's office. So much wine, probably. So much. I'm so excited. Like, listen. Van Zeeks is still on extremely thin ice because he's a huge dick. But we did have that nice little heart-to-heart at the end of the last game that wasn't really represented in the second case because that was a flashback. I'm willing to tolerate him if his behavior improves, but also he's hot and he got attacked and I want to go make fun of him. Let's fucking go. I bet it's gonna be some vampire shit. Well, it's very regal. He's on that end of the bell curve. Lizzie! Shut up.
Oh, so this is the legendary Reaper's office.
Yes, it appears so.
It sends a chill down your spine, doesn't it? What an amazingly deathly atmosphere.
Oh, is that? Sir? What you doing there, bud? That hooded figure was so still I hadn't noticed his or her presence. I wonder who it is. You got a little tiny table there? Who's this guy? Who's this fucking guy? What are you doing here? Yeah! Oh! What's up, bud? Oh, we actually get to see, like, his front sprite now. There was a wall of sprite wine caskets. I missed it. I missed it! Pan back! Pan back! Why do you have a weird little dude at your desk? Tiny little desk. He's as unwelcoming as I thought he'd be. Actually, maybe even more so. God damn, he's got a trim-ass waist. He's just a little guy. He's just a little guy. I'm, glad to see that you're well. I am. So, who's the person over by the wall being punished for something or other? No punishment is taking place here. Oh. Look at the wine barrels! That's my apprentice, and he's sitting there of his own free will. I didn't know you had an apprentice. Must be the same person who was pictured in the newspaper. Oh, is that Birdman? Is that Birdman McGee? He just lives in— you just have a Birdman living in your office, dude? I want to see Birdman! Show me Birdman! He's very able in combat, a requisite skill for anyone under my tutelage. Are you referring to the attack on the Reaper that was reported in the papers? Birdman! The Reaper. I'd be interested to know the Reaper's true identity myself. Assuming that is such a fabled fiend genuinely inhabits our great courtrooms. Look at him touch his badge. Stop being hot and also a dick. Damn it. Lord Strongheart said the assault last night was some sort of revenge attack? True. Carried out by henchmen of Odie Assman's criminal organization. The investigation meant that arrests were imminent. Presumably some hoped to kill me before that happened. Odie Assman. He's always masqueraded as one of London's most powerful financiers, a global investor. But his enormous wealth came to him by underhand means via his criminal activities.
And he used that money to buy himself a
Yeah, I know, I'm not examining stuff yet. Just let me play the game. It's fine. I'm going to examine stuff. You guys, like, let me play the damn game, please.
And he used that money to buy himself a verdict of not guilty when he found himself in court, didn't he? Being prosecuted by you, Mr. Reaper.
But the man got his comeuppance in the end. Yesterday, in fact, in extraordinary circumstances. It was a most unusual cause of death. I know about that. It was super high voltage instantaneous kinesis gone wrong. Mr. Assman died when the demonstration on the public experimentation stage ended in an enormous explosion. Correct. And you think I have some kind of divine ability to cause an accident like that to happen, do you? Well, no, that does seem a little far-fetched. This man really is the fabled Reaper, then he has to be innocent of this particular death at least.
It's strange how this has worked out, isn't it, Runo? Blah, 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 blah. I mean, what with you taking on the Professor's defense for the trial tomorrow?
What? You're going to be defending him? Oh, yes, that's right. Though I barely know the man's name yet, to be honest. Albert. Albert Hairbrain. That's right. Do you know him by any chance? Of course. He's a contemporary of mine. We were at Oh? Oh? Oh my god, they were roommates. We were at university together. You're... What? Holy shit, we're getting backstory! I'd understood that Professor Hairbrain was from Germany, though. Hairbrain's from a respectable British family. After graduating from the University of London, he moved to Germany to carry out research, that's all. So you were students together. I was in the Faculty of Law, of course, and he was in Science, so our paths rarely crossed. But curiously, we got along, though I've not met him since my university days. I certainly didn't expect our next encounter to take this form. And with you of all people representing him. Only if I make it out of this office alive. He's actually been charged with murder, it seems. Yes, I know. Because the prosecution will be me. Will be handled by me. Of course. By you? But you made it sound as if you and the professor had been friends. We are friends, it's true. Then why would you do this?
If the Reaper is the prosecutor, there's nothing anyone can do to save him. He's doomed.
What's Lord Van Zeek's thinking? What's your deal, guy? What do you mean by what you said before? If you'd like to know the Reaper's true identity, does that mean... I'm a crown prosecutor and immortal like any other. I'm no demigod.
But they've all died, haven't they? The people you prosecuted, I mean. Whether or not the trial ended in a conviction or an acquittal.
Those I prosecute are the vilest wretches of our society. People who without question deserve to be found guilty. The world is a better place without them. That includes your friend, supposedly. Shit, guy! But... that's not true of Mr. Natsume, for example. He wasn't a vile wretch at all.
Nor was Ginny. In fact, she's ever so hardworking now.
Yeah, whatever happened to her? I would like to know, please. I can't deny that since I encountered you, things have taken a turn. But the point is this. If any of those vile wretches that escaped justice subsequently died in mysterious circumstances, it was at the hands of their own kind. It's not my work. Lord Strongheart said the same. He believes you're not involved in any way.
You were attacked by those ruffians because they believe it's true.
The fact is, since people started to call me the Reaper of the Bailey, the number of serious crimes in the capital has dropped substantially. Oh. It would appear that even the most hardened criminals can be made fearful for their lives. I'm just thinking... Hey, Alia, you're still here, right? Kinda reminds me of something, done it. A certain Reaper's curse going around that's making the crime rate in a certain city drop. What does that remind you of? For those unawares, this is very similar to an arc of our D&D campaign that I DM that we just finished. I promise it is entirely coincidental. I knew nothing about the plot of this game when I was planning that arc out 9 months ago. Maniacal cackling. Yes! I mean, seriously, that's the main reason I wanted the freaking VTuber avatar, is so you guys can see my freaking shenanigans. Listen, we didn't even know this game was getting localized back in January, okay? Shit. Do you mean to say... I mean to say that if my pseudonym serves a useful purpose, I adopt it gladly, and with honor. Oh, but it's putting you in danger. You could be killed. If that is my fate, let God decide. Stop being hot! God damn it! Fuck! up! I would be simping so hard if he wasn't such a fucking racist prick. God damn it. Ah! Lord Van Zeeks. Show him the newspaper now. Lord Van Zeeks, about the article in this paper. Ah, yes. It seems there was a reporter nearby when that little skirmish took place. They forego historical accuracy and aim right for sexiness. Well, they succeeded! Stop being a racist so I can love you! God damn it! I need my reverse harem of beautiful British men! God, fuck! I had no idea I'd been photographed. It was careless of me. Oh, so you didn't pose for this shot? The camera just turned on by itself. I'm not the model.
It looks as though it was taken after the people who attacked you had run away, though.
Rest assured, the police have already apprehended every last one of them. But there's someone else fighting alongside you, it seems. A certain Birdman! And I think it's the same man who's sitting over there as we speak, isn't it? As I mentioned already, he's my apprentice. Perhaps you could tell us a little more about him? Tell us about the Birdman, please. I would like to know more facts about this Birdman. He's in my tutelage to become a prosecutor. So you could say he's my apprentice, I suppose. I love talking to prosecutors, like, outside of the, court system. That's always one of my favorite parts of these games, is like the first time you ever run into a prosecutor outside of like a court scenario, and then you just get to chill and talk to him. It's cool. I always love it.
Ah, so you're like Hurley then, Runo?
I don't remember taking an apprenticeship with a great detective. What's his favorite type of birdseed? It's much nicer when they aren't calling you an idiot every 5 lines, right? Yeah, anyway. He's currently compiling a report about last night's attack. Looks like he's wearing some kind of mask? On Lord Strongheart's orders. Nobody knows the man's face, or indeed his identity. That's sus AF. But why would you agree to take on such a clearly suspicious individual? Lord Strongheart's orders again. He's not one for meaningless follies. There will be a good reason for his accent. I hope you're right. Yeah, is he just distractingly hot under the mask? Like, geez. I'm sorry. No, sir. Beautiful Birdman, I'm sorry. I need you to move over a second, because I just think I saw some fucking bats in the doorway that he's now blocking. What's up, Birdman? The task is complete? Good. In that case, you can collate all the briefs. He's so weird. See, there's a fucking bat behind him! Oh, you missed it. Nice to meet you. A man of few words, I take it. See, look at the fucking bats! I told you! Back to work again. That was really strange, though. Never met the man before. I didn't even know he existed. And yet, somehow it didn't feel like our first encounter. Birdman? Suspicious as fuck. Don't bother trying to converse with him. He says nothing to anybody from outside this office. Lord Strongheart has strictly forbidden it. What the fuck? What the fuck? Strongheart, what the shit? Oh, I see. Why are you so interested in my apprentice anyway? No, I mean, sorry, I didn't mean to. We stood there so casually, yet with that flawless posture. It couldn't be. Wait. No. 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 There's some stuff going on in my head right now. I'm not gonna say anything. I'm very nervous. Oh yes, there's something I've been meaning to ask you. Can you ask me later? Who's your apprentice? Please tell me. Hey, 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 um, listen, there's some fucky shit happening here. If that is Kazuma, I will fucking scream. Okay, I put the Switch controllers down because I need to put... My fucking VTuber can't capture my hands, but I have them on the side of my fucking face. Because, okay, Kazuma's supposed... Did we ever see his body? We didn't. We saw the picture. But we never... Did anyone actually confirm that the man was dead? Holy fucking shit, if that is Kazuma, I will scream. Sholmes did. Sholmes has so much fucking shit he's hiding. Yeah, there was somebody quote-unquote dead last time too, wasn't there? Wasn't there? And he just fucking rose from the dead and just did a little dance and then died again, quote-unquote. Nobody in this game knows how to check a pulse. Pan the camera over. Pan the camera over. He was sitting at a tiny little Japanese table. Yo! Fucking... He was in the fucking secret government call-out post. There's Pan the fuck to the left. Pan over. Where'd his body go? Is there even a body underneath that grave? Do we know that for sure? Did we go to his burial? It's stage left. Go back. I'm finishing this conversation just because I want to talk to this asshole. God damn it. Oh, what's that? I'm not done. I'm done with you now. That Nipponese man, is he faring well? Sorry? So, God, my fucking throat hurts now. The one arrested twice in succession 6 months ago, with the stoop and the mustache and the jitters. Oh, Mr. Natsume, you mean?
I'm not sure he'd be very pleased to find out you identified him from that list, Runo.
He's fine, thank you. In fact, I received a letter from him by international post only the other day. I see. Were you worried about him because you thought your curse was gonna get to him? He's immune. He left the country. Well, I think we can end our discussion there, don't you? There's little time left before tomorrow's trial. I advise you to spend it investigating the case. Yes, thank you for the advice, and for the conversation. Can't believe he's asking after Soseki-san, after a Nipponese. I'm not sure whether to feel happy about that or worried. I think he's just worried because, like, did he also die, or is he good? Just checking.
I never imagined that Mr. Reaper would be friends with a mad scientist, did you? That's a turn up for the books.
A mad scientist? Oh, you mean Professor Hairbrain? Yes, it might be worth quizzing the professor about his relationship with Lord Van Zeeks, I think. And they were roommates. Oh my god, they were roommates. Okay! Excuse me, sir. Look at his tiny little dad. He's fucking sitting on a cushion. It really looks like a punishment to me.
I've never seen someone sitting like that before.
He hasn't moved a muscle since we arrived. Do you think perhaps he's dead? Maybe dead and then recently came back to life, you there? Faked his death very convincingly on a boat, perhaps? Perhaps, maybe?
If he was dead, Bruno, he wouldn't be sitting up, would he?
Well, anyway, dead or alive, he's not overly approachable, is he? I don't think he's gonna talk to us.
He's not dead!
Anymore! Fucking Birdman. Fucking Birdman! I'm not done with you! I wanna look at the bats now. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ! God, they were bats!
Yes, the Reaper's familiars, I suspect.
But what about the mute man in the dark cloak? I thought he was... Not just not the flying kind.
He must be a dear friend of Mr. Reaper, then.
I think the familiar idea is more likely. Scary, though, either way. I'm Batman.
Oh, look! It's a scale model of the Great Exhibition Showground.
Didn't know you were a man for miniatures, Von Zoinks. That's amazing. I wonder why it's here.
Perhaps he made it to take his mind off the sadness of being too busy to attend in person.
Or perhaps he's too embarrassed to queue up for a ticket. Aw, ticket! He got so insulted! Surely it's obvious that I'm using it as an investigative aid. You Nipponese have no business painting others as overly reserved. Ugh, I really didn't think you'd overhear that. Listen, it's okay if you're into miniatures, dude. Come to this, yeah, seriously, come to the science fair with us, it'll be fun. You can take your Birdman with you, and then I can ask him all kinds of personal questions that only Kazuma would know the answer to. Don't run around the Warhammer. He'd be one of the, like, I want a modern AU Von Zoinks who just plays D&D and just has thousands of dollars of, like, hand-painted miniatures. Birdman, if that is your real name. That portrait really dominates the room, doesn't it? It's a very majestic outfit and pose, but sadly, whoever painted it didn't do a very job of capturing Lord Van Zeke's facial features. Listen, I'm using my VTuber avatar for evil, okay? Listen. Also,
I mean, it's not far off, but this artist has exaggerated his subject's handsomeness.
Damn, Iris! Although, hold up. Yeah, I don't think that's him. That's like his dad or like his brother or some shit, cause look, he's got like the red outfit, and he's got 2 sashes going across him. Van Zoinks only has the one, and his outfit is blue. So unless he wears different clothes, which is not likely, everybody knows that all video game characters must wear the same outfit every single day. That's why I'm wearing what I was wearing on Wednesday, because I'm an anime character, and so I only have 1 outfit. Maybe 2 if I'm lucky. Ah, that reminds me. I heard Emperor Napoleon of France ordered artists to make him look more attractive when they painted him.
How vain. That's not really not an attractive quality in a person, is it?
That portrait does not depict me. Surely that's immediately obvious. Oh, then who is... I love how we're just like, we finished talking to him, and now we're just walking around his outfit, or around his office, like, looking around and poking and commenting on everything. And just like a bunch of weird tourists who just invited ourselves in and now we're just looking at all of his shit. Oh, then who is it? Oi! Look at his little miniatures collection. Adorable. Lord Van Zeek's desk, look, it's so stylish. You're just walking around the room and I don't get to touch his desk.
And it's made that marble chess seat, and that's a marble chess set beside it.
Chess. That's the Western version of our Japanese shogi game, isn't it? You know, I'm actually quite good at shogi problems.
Oh, really? You'd probably like chess problems in that case.
I'd love to challenge Lord Van Zeek sometime. I kicked his ass in court, I bet I could kick your ass in chess. Do a bout of shogi problems.
Oh, if you only really want to challenge yourself, you can always do that on your own at home.
His fucking collection. Look at that fine collection of hallowed chalices and bottles neatly lined up there. My hallowed bottles are filled with the essence of the finest grapes from the finest vineyards I visit. And I personally oversee these chalices being made by the finest crystal craftsmen in the world. And then I crush them in my own hands during every trial.
And yet you throw them around in court like they were worthless.
Yes, because this imbecile is so unimaginably and repeatedly wide of mark sometimes. Oh. Before you open your mouth next time, you should consider the poor artisans whose work you defile. I'm not the one throwing wine glasses at light fixtures, dude! So it's my fault? Silly me. How could I ever have thought otherwise? It's got fucking swords. Phonograph, all this shit. Look at all those ancient casks lining the wall there.
Casks in the Reaper's chamber. Or are they caskets?
You don't think all those people who escaped conviction in court are lying inside them dead, do you? What ridiculous notions are going through your head, man? This is my collection of fine vintages. Oh, yes, of course. Thank you for clearing that up.
Bruno and I were just musing to ourselves. Don't mind us, Mr. Reaper.
Please get out of my fucking office. I wouldn't if you hadn't invited yourself to my office to talk nonsense within my earshot. I'm trying to work, goddammit. I'm fucking coming back for you, okay? We're not done. Reaper's varsity years. I just imagined him playing rugby. With like little shorts on. Can you imagine? I understand Lord Van Zeeks is a friend of yours from your university days.
Yes, that's right. He was studying law whilst I was studying science.
What was he like back then? Did he wear tiny shorts when he played rugby?
What?
Never mind.
A good question. Unassuming, gentlemanly, and all-around nice fellow, really.
Does not sound like our guy at all. Sorry, I think you misheard me. I'm talking about the cold-hearted, merciless prosecutor Barrack von Zeeks. What was he like when he was at university?
How tight were them cheeks? Talk about a leading question, Bruno.
As I said, an unassuming and extremely pleasant gentleman. Wore top hats sometimes, and tiny shorts when he played rugby. After all, he is a little darling of the Van Zeeks family with all its great aristocratic origins.
I didn't realize he had quite such noble blood.
Little darling? Can we go back to his office? I need to call him that to his face.
It was a bit of a shock when I came back to Britain and learned what he'd become. The Reaper of the Bailey, no less.
Yes, that's right.
I did hear, though, that there was some very big event in his life that completely changed him after graduation.
Really? What sort of event?
I'm sorry, but I don't know anymore. Spill the lore! Spill the tea! I wasn't even in the country at the time. I was in Germany already.
Oh, Yes, of course. Who died? If he's heard all about the Reaper, I really don't have the heart to tell him that Lord Van Zieks will be the prosecutor in court tomorrow. So, Professor, let me just make absolutely sure I've understood you properly. The huge explosion that occurred yesterday, that was an accident, you're saying? You had no intent to harm the victim, who was in fact the sole investor in your work, is that correct?
As correct as 2 squared is 4, I swear it!
Yes, it's true that the man perished in a machine of my invention.
So I know that I'm far from blameless in all this, but still! I would never use my discoveries, my inventions, to take a person's life, never in a centrillion years! I'm a man of science, it's all I know! You have to believe me, please! Do you believe me? Do you believe in my hypothesis? Science is the pursuit of truth, you know. I've always believed that all my life.
I'm afraid I don't know much about science, or your theories. But I do believe you, and I will fight to prove your innocence with all my might. I'm a man of the law, it's all I know. You have to believe me. Please. Yeah, I think we were saying earlier he's got a high intelligence and a low wisdom score. I'm like the opposite. I feel like I would have relatively high wisdom stat, but I can't do basic math.
When I went to live in Germany after I graduated, I learned something very useful. Nationality, class, lineage, none of that matters. As long as you try your hardest, you can achieve anything.
Thank you for that, Professor.
And thank you in advance for defending me tomorrow in court. All right, Runo, it's time. Time to visit the great exhibition.
Sorry?
Well, that's where the incident happened, isn't it?
Yes, I suppose that's true. Time to investigate at last. His little badge looks like it said Rat Boys. Rat Boy! Alright, let's fucking go. The Crystal Tower! Ugh. The showgrounds are a little too big for my liking. We've been walking around in dense crowds for 2 hours now, and I've felt myself swooning 3 times.
There are a lot of people, aren't there? I've almost been trodden on 3 times, too.
Be careful, won't you, Iris? Don't let go of my hand. Finally made it through the throngs, though, by the look of it. Here we are underneath the public experimentation stage when the explosion happened yesterday. Something is happening. There's some sound effects. What's that? I can hear voices from up on the stage. Sounds like an argument. Is it Sholmes? Star my speakers. Listen! I invested in a special mic that will not blow out the microphone, okay? Let me scream. Gina! Look! She's got a cute little jacket! Look! Look at her! And then I look slightly love there. Gregson. Gregson. Gina! Gregson. Gina! Gregson. Right, I've had it with you this time. I'm warning you, I'll rescue in a minute.
Oh yeah? Go on then, Spectre, give it a shot. You ain't got no evidence yet and you know it.
Gina! Wait, I know those voices. You got a cheeky little mouth on you, young lady, but a night in the cell will teach you some manners. Just try it, I dare you. If you want that bag of chips ran down your throat.
Buddy! What are you doing up there?
Oh yeah, I forgot that Gregson's a simp.
Worst kind of mess, thank you for the raid. Welcome.
Am I just gonna simp for all of the blonde characters in this game? This is my personal hell. It's you! Here! You're here! Here you are! You! Here! Your ladyship! Ugh. How are you, your ladyship? I do hope you're well, your ladyship. You're also a cause of a simp. Listen. Listen. I'm weak for blondes, but I will simp for anyone who is nice to me. And Von Zeeks, who is a douchebag. But he's a douchebag. He's a hot boy on thin ice. Let me have this one. Does that make her 3 times a lady?
I'm not well at all. I'm far too busy everywhere. I wanted to ride in a balloon, but there was a 3-hour queue.
Unbelievable! I'll go and have a word for you at once, your ladyship. You'll be flying as high as a kite in no time once I pull some strings for you, simp. Tobias Gregson, an inspector at Scotland Yard. Until recently, he was suspended from duty, but it would appear he's back in action now. He's actually quite well known, appearing as he does in the Adventures of Sherlock Holmes. And for that reason, he can't say a word wrong to the story's author, Iris. But there are limits, surely. Or there should be. Watch it, Sunshine! Sorry. Yeah, he was also in the secret government call-out post. So I got my eye on you, Gregson. Look, I'm watching you, dude. What gives then? Don't tell me you're on this case. Yes, I'm acting for the defense.
So we're here to investigate.
Dear me, that's the situation, is it? Is it really that troubling?
A measly 5 bob, is that all you got?
Gina! Gina! Gina Lestrade! My love!
You're a lawyer, ain't ya? You can stand to carry a bit more copper around in your pockets, Mr. Nadodo.
What? Hey! That's my last bit of spending money, that is.
You can have it back, but I'll have to charge you for all the bother. Free bulb.
This is Gina Lestrade, a pickpocket, or diver, born and bred in the East End of London. In the case that led to my own suspension 6 months ago, this is the young girl I was defending in court.
What's your problem, Otto? Diver, pickpocket, what's with all the name calling? You want a bag of chips around your throat and all, do ya?
I thought you were proud to be a diver, Gina. You were just arguing with Inspector Gregson about it, weren't you? I assumed you'd been up to your usual tricks here at the showground.
That ain't the way to talk to a lady, Otto. Half a year's a long time. People can change. I'm an apprentice now, learning to be a Scotland Yard detective. I do it!
Yay, baby girl, I'm so proud of you! Oh no, that's 2 detective characters who I love with my whole heart. This game keeps giving me cute lady detectives to simp for. First Emma Skye, and now you? Ow! This game has my whole heart.
So you'll have to call me what everyone else does. It's Inspector Lestrade now.
Oh, yay! Yay! Inspector? That badge is homemade, surely. The Inspector pod isn't entirely accurate. No one calls it that. For what it's worth, anyway. Investigating is off the cards for all of us.
What's that supposed to mean?
Right, well, I'll be back up top. You hold the fort down here, alright?
Right, sir. Okay, bye, Alia. Thanks for stopping by.
This raises a lot of questions. It do. I would love some answers to some questions, please. It was 8 months ago now that I first encountered Gina in connection with a case I was working on. At the time, she was living in the East End with a group of other orphans. She helped all of them survive by pickpocketing, but then she got embroiled in a murder.
had a lot of time to think in prison. I realized I couldn't go on like I was. The diving weren't working out. Oh, I'm so pleased to hear it, Ginny. Well done.
So, you went from being a pickpocket to a detective?
You got it. Good, isn't it? Inspector Lestrade. Sounds like something out of a book, eh?
It do. It do sound like that, actually. Talk about a sea change.
And then there's Iris's old man to think about.
Iris's father, you mean? Oh, no.
Yeah, I promised it, didn't I? I said I'd get all the police forces around the world out and look to pull out all the stops looking for him. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Just a small promise, then. Nothing serious.
Oh, Ginny, you're so sweet. So anyway, that's how I had to go with the test for Scotland Yard. Only trouble is I don't read so well, do I?
Just a small problem. Nothing serious.
And that's when Hurley approached Gregsy and asked for help. So the inspector said he'd take full responsibility for Ginny and made her sort of apprentice.
That was very magnanimous of Inspector Gregson. And brave.
Well, you know Hurley. He enjoys finding ways to make people do what he wants.
A great detective likes digging for dirt, in other words.
So, the long and the short of it is, if you've got questions about the case, you can ask Inspector Lestrade.
Right then, Inspector. God, I love her. Actually, there's still a big mystery surrounding Gina, isn't there?
Oh, what, Bruno, what?
Well, 6 months ago, Gina was the defendant in a trial prosecuted by the Reaper. A trial in which she was found not guilty, and yet here she is still.
Come on, you're not still on about that, are you? The Legend of the Reaper, whatever it's called. Cole, you don't have to worry, Odo.
If I didn't half worry, there probably wouldn't be a whole lot of you left.
It's like I told you before, isn't it?
She's so much more confident now, because remember the last time she was just like, kind of like bundled up and like making herself look real small, and now she's all confident, she got her hands on her hips and she's bouncing. God, I love her.
The Reaper's kind of like I'm upset about him upstairs. He knows what I'm like on the inside. That I ain't really done nothing wrong.
Nothing wrong might be stretching a point.
What about Mr. Natsume in Japan? He's perfectly fine, isn't he?
Well, that's true. Perhaps the Reaper is more discerning than I thought.
Exactly. So I ain't worried. I'm totally fine.
Beauty.
Cool, it was out of this world, I was. The brainy bloke pulled a bunch of lever on his machine and suddenly it started billowing smoke. Then it just went pop. I ain't seen a better experiment here yet.
Sorry?
You mean you saw it, Ginny? With your own eyes? Yeah, of course. The boss is in charge here, ain't he? For keeping everything running smooth, I mean.
The boss being Inspector Gregson, I suppose. That's gonna take some getting used to.
So all I have to say is when I'm on duty and I can do whatever I want to. Get this! I was up in one of them flying balloons when it happened, watching it from up above. No, you're so lucky, Ginny! Maybe I should join Scotland Yard too. Yeah, do it! You know how to put the boss in his place already, right, Iris? You'd have no trouble at all. Then it's settled! When do I start?
No, you can't join Scotland Yard, Iris.
We'll see. Anyway, what I don't understand is this. If the machine exploded so spectacularly, how can Professor Bunnybrain still be claiming that his experiment was a success? Oh, right. Well, it was a success in a way.
It was? How can it have been? Surely after the whole machine blew up, no one would call the experiment a success.
It's like I said, it did sort of work. I mean, yeah, there was a load of smoke and all that whopping great bang. Where do you think they found the victim's body, eh? In the Crystal Tower over there.
What? What? In the tower? Holy shit. The man got yeeted.
You can see for yourself, can't you? Up there on the scaffold. Oh, were all the glasses broken, you mean? Yeah, the cage won't...
Amazing.
Yeah, the cage what the victim got in to start with. Really did get beamed through the air or whatever and landed all the way over there. So, you see, it did kind of work, didn't it?
What? I don't believe it.
Instantaneous yeeting. I mean, I don't get the ins and out of it, but anything's possible, right? With science. Oh, I tell you what, you can have this. It's a plan of the experiment they drew up at the yard.
Are you sure?
Yeah, go on. I had 3 bob off you before, so that's fair.
Yes, I didn't actually give that to you, did I?
Gimme.
Something Inspector Gregson said before seemed a little strange. For what it's worth, anyway, investigating is off the cards for all of us.
Yes, naughty old Gregsy ran off after that without explaining himself. Oh, right, that. The boss said no one's allowed to investigate that weird machine what blew up yesterday. Well, that's not fair. We're representing the defendant.
In that case, could you at least tell us what you've learned from your investigations?
Nah, you're not getting it. We ain't allowed to investigate either.
Why?
What did the boss call them again? The Forensic Investigation Team, I think? Anyway, apart from them lot, no one's allowed to lay a finger on the scene. Bit funny, isn't it?
So even Scotland Yard's own detectives can't investigate. Yes, I've never heard of anything like that before.
I would've thought I'd have a gander on the quiet, though, but the boss caught me at it. You probably hadn't given me an earful about it before the report from down here, didn't you? It's not bleeding fair.
I think you were giving him as much of an earful back as I remember it.
Yeah, well, sometimes I think all them chips what make him so stubborn. You say something to him, Otto. Go on, see if you can get through to him.
He's up on the platform above us, is he? Where the machine that exploded is.
We can try, can't we, Bruno? Gregsy will listen to us. Because he's such a fucking simp.
Iris, don't use that kind of language.
It's true, though.
Can we actually go up there? Maybe we have to investigate. Or examine. These stairs obviously lead to the stage above. We should go up there and investigate the exact spot where the experiment was being conducted. Cool megaphone, guy. So that's it, is it? The machine that blew up.
Oh, it must have been a magnificent explosion, and I've seen my fair share.
You've seen things like this before, you mean?
Of course! Hallie's always doing experiments that end in a bang. In fact, in her own words, explosions are the very essence of chemistry.
That's dangerous as shit. That might explain the smell of burning that frequently comes wafting up the stairs.
One time, we made something that exploded with such force it took the roof off the building.
What?
I wish you'd been there to see it, Runo.
It's hard to get too excited about that, given that I now live in the roof. Jesus Christ.
Well, anyway, that's enough about that. It's time to investigate.
Oh, look, Inspector Gregson's over there. Seems to be deep in thought about something, whilst eyeing up on the machine carefully.
Really? He just looks confused to me. Ba-da-da, ba-da, 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 ba-da.
What's up, Gregson? It ripped itself apart magnificently, didn't it?
Magnificently and mercilessly.
So someone stands in the middle of the machine to be disassembled and then beamed through the air.
Yes, beamed, not blasted. That's the point.
Yes, that part's crucial, really. Is something like that even possible, though, Iris?
Oh, Runo, I'm just a child. How should I know?
Well, a child when it suits you, you mean?
From what I can tell, I think that if you were to try and pull this lever here...
Stop! Don't touch that!
That was practically instantaneous kinesis the way you flew over here just now, Gregsy.
Please, your ladyship. Oh, I didn't mean to startle you. I just can't let you touch anything up here.
So sorry. You can have some of my latest special blend to make up for it.
Fucking Gregson. Wonderful. This stuff really is wonderful. It's just like old times, this is. actually a good idea, though. I'm gonna have a drink of my water. We're representing We're representing Professor Harebrained in court tomorrow, Inspector. So we should be at least allowed to examine the scene. Ha! Listen, Sunshine, even I'm not allowed to touch anything up here. It's that blasted Special Dispensation for Scientific Equipment Act to blame. It's driving me potty. Oh, yes, that Special Dispensation. The professor mentioned that, too. More red tape's all we need. I don't know what the government thinks it's playing at sometimes.
But we're allowed to just look, aren't we?
Yeah.
Surely that's all right, isn't it, Gregsy?
Yeah, you fucking simp. Let us just look at stuff. We won't touch anything. Of course, your ladyship. Anything you say, your ladyship, but please don't get your dainty hands dirty, will you? Jesus fucking Christ.
Don't worry. We wouldn't dream of touching anything, would we, Runo?
She really knows how to get what she wants. Can we talk to him? Yeah. Here, actually, before we get into this conversation, I'm gonna go refill my cup of water real quick. Because I ran out and I'm thirsty. Hang on, I'll be right back. My VTuber is gonna die. Okay. Alright, I have obtained water. I will now drink some of my water. Okay. Okay. Let's get into it. Using high voltage electricity to somehow disassemble a man's body and then beam him across to the Crystal Tower is an extraordinary thing to attempt, especially in public. True, it was by far the most unusual of the experiments planned for the exhibition, mind. To be honest, I'm a bit surprised it was allowed. Carrying out something so dangerous with so many spectators present, I mean. The government's doing anything it can to promote new science and technology at the moment. They're more worried about being ahead of the game than the odd spot of public safety infringements. They can be the first to develop some new technology. It makes Britain more powerful in the future, you see. Yes, I suppose that's true in a way. So the powers that be are placing a heavy emphasis on scientists' rights at the moment.
What sort of rights?
They're making it so that any theories the brains have remain the legal property, as it were. Right through developing it into a practical idea and even going into production. Which is the infuriating reason us coppers aren't allowed to touch this crime scene. Because a new highfalutin Special Dispensation for Scientific Equipment Act forbids it. Ah, I see now. The only people with permission to investigate here are from some brand new department at the Yard. The Forensic Investigation Team is what it's called. We've been relegated to keeping guard. The Forensic Investigation Team. I'm telling you guys, Captain Stopwatch is sus AF. Cause he's like... he's right in the center of all this, isn't he? I feel like, listen, he's got weird antagonists written all over him. And Ace Attorney has a thing about making the grandest characters the ones who are behind shit. So I would not put it past this game to make him the antagonizing thing. And yeah, and he's the one who keeps assigning us fucking buck-wild cases. And he's the one who gave I almost called him Von Karma. Von Zoinks, a weird apprentice who is not allowed to talk? Like, what? And he's all up in, forensic shit now. And I mean, that's cool. But he's throwing his influence around quite a bit, I guess is what I'm saying. Listen, he's sus AF, that's all I have to say. But just because it says scientific equipment on the paperwork, we can't do a flaming thing with it.
Oh, Gregsy, he's very head up, isn't he?
Remind me again, what's this new legal act that means we're not allowed to touch the scene here? Are you having me at it, Sunshine? It's a special dispensation for Scientific Equipment Act.
Yes. I think Hurley mentioned that recently, with a real twinkle in his eyes, I remember.
I'm sure he did, your ladyship. I'm sure he did. Passed especially for this grand exhibition it was. All scientists have to do is present their ideas or inventions into some suits in the civil service. And it gets rubber stamped, that's a guarantee of rights to maintain the invention's confidentiality. What does that really mean? Think about it. Think of all the world-changing new inventions on display every day at this exhibition. Although a good half of them are a load of cobblers, if you ask me. Put forward by shammers like yourself. Thanks for that. Uncalled for, Jesus.
Oh, I love how absurd some of the inventions here are. It's also fun.
It might be fun to you, but a member of the force has to be present at every single demonstration. Can you imagine, eh? Hang science, that's what I say.
Oh, I don't think so. That sounds like my dream job.
Who'd sit and think otherwise after spending a day guarding all these shammers' bogus contraptions? But if they're all bogus, how can anyone hope to demonstrate them? There'd be no point. Yeah, well, there's a point, sadly. Sorry? Thanks to another of our government's bright ideas. If any theory or invention is deemed to show potential, the government hands out a research grant. The scientists get funding? Exactly, and that's what they're all after. All these shammers coming from far and wide to clog up Hyde Park. And who has to keep them all safe, eh? Who has to smile politely and welcome them? Us coppers, that's who. You can see why I say it now, can't you? Hang science, hang it! I don't know, Gregson, sounds an awful lot like the job that you signed up for, my guy.
Oh, maybe I can see your point.
Apparently Professor Hairbrain lives and works in Germany now conducting his research. That's right, came back to Britain especially for the Great Exhibition as I understand it. Probably after one of the government's research grants. Actually, we learned something else about the professor earlier today. About his time in further education, and turns out he was at university with someone we both know. Lord Van Zeeks. And the music stopped. Yeah, what's that? That's news to me. But if Van Zeeks demands the prosecution, then is the accused the professor's fate is sealed? Because the Reaper will get him one way or the other? Why me? That man's beyond me. I don't know what goes on in that head of his. Talking to Van Zeeks, this morning's paper ran the story of him being attacked. Read that?
Oh yes, but Mr. Reaper is completely fine. Nothing to worry about. Just as sassy as ever when we went to go poke stuff in his office.
Yes, right. Glad to hear it. Still, the Reaper, huh? How long is that business gonna keep up, I wonder? The victim of this case, the investor, Mr. Asmet. He was another of the Reaper's victims, or so I heard. Lord Barrick von Zeeks is a top-class prosecutor, but even he can't always push the right verdict through. Sometimes justice can't win. Yes, I've heard about jurors being bribed and evidence being falsified. It sure do sound familiar, doesn't it? It sure do sound familiar! Falsifying evidence? I wonder what other prosecutor does, I wonder who else does that. Edgeworth. God, we are so gonna have to play the original Ace Attorney games now, aren't we? Ah! I'm in love with all the prosecutors from the Ace Attorney franchise. It just happens. And I appreciate Edgeworth so much more now as an adult person than I did when I was in high school. Are you an Edgeworth simp? That's... Shut up! I was definitely more in Phoenix's camp. Excuse you, Edgeworth would never. Edgeworth absolutely did! That was like his whole thing. Is he like did fucking shady shit to get his perfect verdict. That was like his whole moral conflict in the first game. We're gonna have to play the original Ace Attorney games, man, after this. We're gonna play Ghost Trick first, as long as I can stream from my, if I can figure out how to stream from my iPad, then we can play Ghost Trick, which is a significantly shorter game than going through 3 Ace Attorneys. But we'll see, we'll see. Francisca is best, though. I love Francisca. She's great. He came close to, but didn't go that far, as confirmed. Yeah! He's still a little bit of a dick, though. Listen, I love him, but he's not guiltless. He has done some shady shit, my son has. Yes, I've heard about jurors being bribed and evidence being falsified. And that's how the notion of the Reaper of the Bailey came about, isn't it? Obviously, Scotland Yard suspected Van Zieks initially. We all assumed he was taking matters into his own hands if he failed to seal the deal in court. Although the man himself denies the charge. Well, we've done a very thorough investigation, and the conclusion we've reached is that Lord Van Zieks is in no way related to the deaths of those people outside the courtroom. There's no question in my mind. I'd stake my reputation on it, I would. But if that's true, then how do you explain it? All those defendants couldn't have just coincidentally died if nobody killed them. Because, you know, people die if they're killed, but... I know that, but I can't explain it. It's a mystery after all, isn't it? That's the whole point of the Reaper. The Reaper. Professor Harebrained mentioned something else. He said that at university, Lord Van Zieks was a totally different person, easygoing and kind. He played rugby in tiny shorts. I'm sorry, I'm never dropping that. I'm like a dog with a bone in my mouth. I am never letting go. Baby college-aged Van Zieks in tiny shorts playing rugby. I cannot move the image from my mind, and I'm running with it. I got that bone and I'm running with it. You what? He said that it was after they had both graduated that something happened to change the man. Do you have any idea what it was? Please, Gregson, please, please, please. No! You disappoint me, Gregson. Although I don't know why I expected you to know shit. No clue. Really? Look, I've got my hands full. Look, I've got my hands full watching all this frustrating crime scene. Why don't you go make a nuisance of yourself elsewhere, eh? Fine, I will. I'll go make a nuisance of myself everywhere right after I examine your crime scene! Considering how badly damaged everything is, Professor Harebrained was lucky to escape unscathed, I'd say. We should have a good look around the machine while we can, I think. Touch anything and I'll make sure I'll kill you before I get strung up myself, you hear? I won't touch anything, I promise. So please, spare a thought for your digestion. Anyway, do you really think this machine could actually disassemble people like the professor claims? He asks, looking totally incredulous. Give it a rest, sunshine. If we were allowed to examine all this bleeding scrap metal, maybe we could answer that question. But we can't, can we? Because of the annoying rules, you mean? Exactly! The annoying obstructive flamin' rules! Oh. Look at the base of that machine there.
Oh yes, there's a tool of some kind poking through the wire mesh.
It's a screwdriver, I think. Is it Sonic?
Oh, isn't it a lovely one? The handle is in the shape of a capital letter A.
It is? Oh, yes, you're right. What is the matter with you? Don't go touching anything, I said. Touch anything and I'll make sure I kill you before I get strung up myself, I said. Yes, I understand. Sorry. I only touched it a teeny weeny bit. Rinosuke, please, my son.
But Gregsy, I'm very curious about this screwdriver. Really, very, very curious.
Hey guys, look, I'm Gregson. I just need a mustache and... Wait! Do I have a mustache in here? Yes! Okay. Wait, guys, check it out on Gregson. The resemblance is uncanny. Although I think it's attached to my teeth. Hold on. There. It's a little fucked up. Is that better? No. Okay, I think the mustache has to go away now. But anyway. Of course, your ladyship. You're so clever, your ladyship. Fancy spotting something like this. God. But I'm afraid I can't let you have it. Sorry, your face is too anime. No room for mustache. What if I made it smaller? Very small. Hang on. Rotation. There. Hello, I'm Gregson. Top of the morning to ya. Do I just keep this on for the rest of the stream? It's kind of distracting. Here, I'll put it up here. No. It's my necklace now. There, it's a necklace. A delightful little necklace. Okay, let's go.
But Bruno found it first.
I assure you, I'll investigate it thoroughly. Fare thee well, Gregson. He's gone off with it.
That was very mean. I'm afraid Inspector Gregson is going to make a very clumsy and embarrassing mistake in next month's installment now.
God, just blackmailing him. I love it. Get his ass. Get his ass, Iris. He deserves it. Poor Gregsy. Oh, well, now he's gone, so now we can poke shit. If there's anything to poke. There are all sorts of strange buildings here in the Great Exhibition Grounds, aren't there? I seem to remember something similar being exhibited in Japan one time.
Oh, in your country, Bruno. I do wish I could go and see it. I'd present a particularly steely samurai with...
A steely samurai, you say? A steely samurai, you say? Da 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 dun 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 da 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 da. That is an original Ace Attorney reference for you guys. And fun fact, the Steel Samurai theme song was my ringtone for the entirety of high school. Oh man, I fucking love this game. The subtle nods to the original series are so great. So great. Steel Samurai is basically, it's Edgeworth's favorite anime. Well, I guess it's not an anime, it's a, what do you call them? It's like a costumed Super Sentai show, kind of? Tonkatsu, yeah, or tokusatsu, blah. Tonkatsu is something completely different. Yeah, and it's Edgeworth's favorite anime. And the ringtone that everyone has in that game, that is the Steel Samurai theme song, was my ringtone in high school for like, no, longer than that. I think I had that as my ringtone until I listened to the Adventure Zone, and then the Hodgepodge theme has been my ringtone ever since. So that would have been like more than 6 years that the Steel Samurai theme song was my ringtone, and every time anyone would call me, it would be like da 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 da. Okay, that's enough.
And see if it could get Hurley into a jam against for...
Stop making references to things that canonically do not exist yet.
And see if I couldn't get Hurley into a jam against one of the Baritsu Master Ninjas.
You might not find as many of those sorts of people around as you think. I'm having a fangirl moment. Listen, you guys think it's bad now? You think my Ace Attorney fangirlingness is... You think it's bad now? If we play the original series... Wait, you guys just wait. me playing through the original Ace Attorney games will just be Star simps for several hours over one of her favorite franchises. I love Ace Attorney so much, you guys. And, like, I'd kind of forgotten, just because, like, I haven't played the original games on here yet, but I've played the original games myself many, 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 many times. It was, like, my first real fandom, really. If you go to my old DeviantArt, you can find many, many Ace Attorney fan comics that I made when I was in, like, high school and college. I was deep. I was deep into Ace Attorney. I loved it, and I love it still. But, like, there hasn't really been anything new coming out for it in years, and so now that this new game is here, it's kind of like, it's reignited the flames, so to say. And Christmas Eve? That means it wasn't Christmas then, was it? Whoa! God damn it. We have to play maybe we can play the original Ace Attorney and Ghost Trick at the same time. Like, maybe my Monday stream can be Ghost Trick and my Friday stream can be Ace Attorney. Because, like, god damn. The original Ace Attorney game is so good. And maybe it's gonna take me months, so maybe by the time I finish the original Ace Attorney series, they will finally announce that they're remaking, like, Apollo Justice and all the games that came after it into another 3-pack. Please, Capcom? Please? I want to play it. Have you ever played Ghost Trick? I have, but it's been a long time and I've basically forgotten, like, everything that happens. I gotta keep playing this game.
Oh, well that's dull.
Oh, but I do know a prosecutor with a Chon Mega Top Knot I could introduce you to.
A Chomage, really? Do you think I could have my picture taken with him? Do you?
Oh, Iris. Assuming he's recovered from the trim Kazuma gave him a year ago, yes. Oh boy, the shade. What is this gigantic thing over there? It looks like an enormous water wheel.
Oh, that's a Ferris wheel. There'll be people riding inside those little cabins you can see.
Why?
Well, they rotate nice and slowly, so it's a wonderful way to see the surrounding scenery.
Wait, it's turning? But it looks completely still. Oh no, it actually is moving a little bit. It actually is moving in the background. I hadn't noticed that. Because, like, you can watch the white one, like, coming up over the top of the building now. It's very, very slow, but it is moving. That's so cool. I didn't notice that.
That's because it's turning so slowly. One complete revolution takes about a half hour.
If you were mad enough to go in one, it would be even more fun to whiz around fast, don't you think? No, Reno's game would be terrifying.
I feel as though you might have just invented a new sort of ride there, Runo.
They actually have, like, pretty big Ferris wheels in Japan that they just never stop moving. They just rotate, and my brother and I went in one that had a glass floor. It was very scary. Okay, I think we're done with you, Gregsy. Unless you want to look at this. Inspector, have you read this paper? Yeah, 2 unwelcome blasts back to back. This one at the exhibition and the Reaper getting attacked. I know, terrible news to wake up to, wasn't it? I tried to pretend I hadn't read and turned over for another 40 winks. Thanks to that, I was laid up and got roasting from the super. Some mornings are like that, aren't they? Alright, you got nothing for me. Oh, do I have to examine it to go down? Examine the stairs. No? How do I get down from here? I want to go talk to Gina again. Maybe I just can't. Here, if I go somewhere else and then go back, will it bring me downstairs? And we go back. And we're back. Hi, Gina! Gina, would you take... Oh, where'd it go? Alright, so she doesn't have anything to say about that. Here, let's look at this, actually. Okay, interesting. For some reason, the ground is damaged in this spot, look. Almost as if there was a fire here or something.
Yes, if you look closely, there's some scattered ash and burnt embers, too.
Well, I suppose there was a big explosion just above here. People probably wouldn't bat an eyelid at a small fire like this would have been.
I'm not sure we English are quite that laid back, Bruno.
The Crystal Tower, certainly an apt name. It was built to be the focal point of the exhibition, and it definitely is being so tall and with all that glass. Can't imagine a building like this ever being erected in Japan.
There are lots of exhibits inside the tower as well, apparently. Of course, there's an observation deck, but there's also an art gallery, a zoo, and a museum.
There's a zoo in there?
But I heard you have to queue for 3 hours just to get through the doors.
Well, at the moment, the shattered glass from the failed experiment may well be the biggest draw.
Thanks to that accident, the whole tower is shut.
Suddenly, it's not the Crystal Tower anymore, but the Crystal Glass Shower.
Apparently, everyone's taken to the skies now to look down on the disaster area from above instead. But there's a 3-hour queue to go up in a balloon now.
Londoners must be very patient people. Is there anything else down here? Oh, I can look up. Haha! Upward fan. Nice.
That's where the cove ended up after his instant kinesis or whatever they call it. Dead, of course.
And yet they're calling the experiment a success.
What's the wooden scaffold there for?
The coppers, our lads, set that up after the incident happened. To get the body down, I think. Dunno, really. Didn't you help to erect the scaffold then?
Nah, lookout duty's more my thing. Wandering around the exhibition and keeping a lookout for the fun stuff.
Mind Gregson doesn't hear you saying that. He'll give you the boot. Incredible, though, isn't it? I mean, could the victim really have bridged that gap by some sort of invisible kinesis? Or was he merely yeeted? Anything else? Anything else? Oh, balloons. I've been meaning to ask you for a while now, but what are those funny round blobs floating in the sky?
Oh, that's the flying balloons I've been talking about. I want to go up one so much.
I've read about situations like this in a magazine about strange phenomena. You know this guy. Creatures from outer space coming in round flying objects to attack Earth! Ryu, baby.
What?
I suppose inhabitants of other planets are bound to be interested in the great exhibition. Ryu, this is it, Iris, it's happening!
It's not. Don't worry. I'll explain to you all later over a nice cup of tea, Runo.
Oh my god, Ryunosuke, baby! Oh, my son! He's so cute. Going full tinfoil hat on us, yeah. Little buddy. What is that thing? He's doing the wild eyes. You mean like this? Fucking UFOs over there, man.
It looks as though somebody dropped something behind the tree just here.
Dropped or hid? It's not very well hidden. It's a fucking crossbow. What is this? Some part of the machine that exploded?
Maybe. It could have fallen from the platform above in the blast, perhaps.
What's going on here? Oh, nothing. I think I'll hang on to this just in case. Where are you gonna put it? It's fucking huge. Just gonna shove it down your pants? Dude. I would like to look at it, please. Like, that's totally a crossbow, right? Ah, there's some sort of lever here. I knew it! I knew it! What is this? It looks like a cross between a bow and a gun. It's a bow gun! I think it's probably used for the same thing, too. I want one of those, it looks cool. Use it to fire paper airplanes. Choo! This groove here must be where the arrows are loaded, I suppose. So I was right, it's a sort of bow with an automatic firing mechanism. This would be perfect for someone like me who catches his ear with the bowstring 2 times out of 3. Aw, bud. In fact, if I had one of these, maybe I could have beaten Kazuma in Kyudo archery training. Oh, Kazuma. Kazuma! Birdman! Confirmed! It looks like you wind this around in order to draw the bowstring back and create tension. You must be able to fire arrows with a huge amount of force using this device then. In fact, I would imagine it's far more accurate and powerful than a Japanese longbow. Ugh, I really had no idea what I was picking up when I spotted this at the exhibition grounds. But now you got a cool thingy. I'm thinking it was sabotage. Because we found that screwdriver with the weird shape. What if the screwdriver was shot... Maybe it's not a screwdriver. What if it was shot from this thing into the machine and that's what fucked it up? Mysteries upon mysteries. I'm gonna show it to Gina. And she's not interested. Shaped like an A for ass man. Yeah, exactly. Where else can we go? Oh, there's a little icon. Oh, I guess that's where we are now. Or wait, didn't Gregson leave? Oh, there he is. Hi, Greg Z. I have a thing to show you. Oh, fucking nothing. What about this? Nothing. Thanks for nothing, Gregson. Okay, is there anything else to examine up here? Because if not, I'm going back to Sholmes' place and seeing if he showed up ever. I want to hang out with my boy Sholmes. Where is he? Where's my guy? Where's my little buddy? Where's my Sholmesy? Not here. Okay. Yeah, I guess there's more stuff to do here, but But what? Oh, there's another thing. Another thing next to the first thing.
Oh, look, what's this? A ripped piece of cloth.
It's not like any fabric I've ever seen before. It's very thick and stiff. Looks extremely durable.
It's canvas, I think, with some sort of rubber backing. And the edges appear to be a bit charged as well.
Maybe that means it had something to do with the explosion.
Let's make a note of it while Ginny's mid-yawn.
Alright, there we go. Now we're being launched into the next phase.
Runo, listen!
What? What is it?
I've been thinking. Henny might know something, mustn't he?
Yes! Let's go find Sholmes. About what?
About Mr. Reaper.
Oh, yeah! Let's go get some fucking dirt! About what happened to Lord Van Zeeks, you mean? 'Cause it sounds like something very significant occurred after he graduated from university. And Sholmes fucking knows everything. It's something that completely changed his life. Maybe, but I have no idea where to find Mr. Sholmes at the moment. He's in the middle of some big case, isn't he?
Here, this is what you need.
Well, what's this? Some kind of entrance ticket? Madame Tussauds? Is this supposed to mean something to me?
You don't know it? It's the most popular attraction in London at the moment. Very close to Baker Street, actually. We should go now if you like.
No, we don't have time for visiting attractions today, Iris. We have a big trial tomorrow.
But that's where Hurley is.
What? At this popular London attraction?
Yes.
how is it that you know where he is?
Hurley told me, but he told me to keep it a secret from you, Runo.
Madam Spells? I don't see how it could be related to the case we're investigating here, but then... stranger things have happened, and when they happen, Mr. Sholmes is usually at the heart of them. Yeah. Okay, now we can go see Shirley. Hurley. Let's fucking go. I'll be honest, I have no idea what Madame Tussauds is. I know they exist, I don't know what it is. Waxworks. Oh. Magnus Archive. This is like just like in the Magnus Archives. There's a lot happening here. What is this place? Look at all these terrifying scenes, but why are all the people so still? Guillotines, ruthless murderers. I know what I'll be dreaming about tonight.
They're all wax models. They're amazingly realistic, aren't they? What do you think, Runo? Shocked?
Wax models? Yeah! I read about dead bodies and wax once in a magazine about strange phenomena. Ryunosuke, buddy boy. Depending on how corpses are kept after death, parts of them can turn into wax, apparently. It's called adipocere.
Stop talking about creepy things like that, Runo. You're scaring me. Anyway, adipocere doesn't form readily, you know?
Ah!
What now?
I just remembered something else I read in another magazine about strange phenomena. Where are you getting these magazines, bud? There was an old lady, maybe a witch, who used to pour molten wax over corpses and put them on display.
None of the exhibits in here are real. They're all entirely man-made replicas.
They can't be! You really expect me to believe that? Just look at them!
Oh!
There's no way anybody could make models of people that are this realistic. And... extremely well modeled. Look at that wax model of Sherlock Holmes. Oh my god! There he is. They're all such gruesome scenes. God, that detective looks just like Professor. He looks just like Detective Sholmes. It's horrifying. Oh god! Wait.
What is it?
Oh. No. I must be seeing things. Oh my god. It's so lifelike and convincing. Hi, Sholmes. What's up, buddy? Oh my god, why isn't it working? I broke my blush button. Damn it. Oh well. Imagine that I'm blushing. It's the great detective, Mr. Sherlock Holmes. So Sholmes has his own wax statue in here? Really? Oh, you know what? I set it as a hotkey. Oh, but I have to have the program open, probably. Nope. That's crying. There we go. I fixed it.
Well, he is world famous after all.
It's an uncanny resemblance, isn't it? Almost makes my skin crawl to look at it.
I know! But look, Bruno, you can kick this Hurley and he doesn't move a muscle!
You can't go around kicking the exhibits! Iris? Wait. just moved, I'm sure. She just goes right back into the pose! And not just a little bit either.
Really?
Did it? Oh god, it's moving its eyes! And look closely. There are beads of sweat on the face of this waxwork model. It's haunted! Hi, Sholmes. Shall we move on, Iris? Over there, look, there's a great murder scene to enjoy. Much more appealing.
Hold it!
My dear fellow, I take exception to your recoiling in such a manner, as if you've seen something truly abhorrent. Mr. Sholmes! I knew it. Yeah, it does look a little drunk, huh? Iris, what possessed you? I strictly forbade you from divulging my temporary waxwork secret to Mr. Naruhodo. Okay, turning the blush off now. Temporary waxwork? What do you mean? And that kick! Could you not have exercised a little more restraint? You wounded me.
But Bruno has something he needs to ask you.
Ah, a question. You see, my first thought is like that he actually does have a wax figure, but it needed repair or something, so they were like, hey, could you like come down and like pretend to be your wax statue for a couple days while we like, you know, fix the actual model of you? And he was like, yes!
And I thought you'd probably be getting bored too. So here we are.
Well, I can't deny that your timing was impeccable. Mere 2 minutes more being stationary like that, and my great brain, upon which all my success has been built, would have turned to wax. Thank goodness we arrived in time. Indeed, in many ways, the pair of you just saved the world from an unimaginable loss.
Oh, Hallie, you do like to talk nonsense, don't you?
Damn, Iris. You could know something, it's true. About Lord Van Zeeks and what happened in the past to change him. Now that you're here, let's take our time. How can I be of assistance? You can spill the tea, Sholmes! For your own luck, I'm suddenly quite taken in with the idea of conversing. Oh, well, actually, I'm in quite a hurry. And if my eyes don't deceive me, I believe something is afoot within the walls of this very museum. The most fascinating case, if I'm not mistaken. Really? Moreover, I have a strong suspicion that it is related to the matter about which you've come to me now. But how could it be? We shall speak again presently, my dear fellow, but for now, I must return to my work. Azo. What, back to being a temporary waxwork exhibit? He's so stupid. I love him so much. He's so dumb. God, look at him. Why am I such a fucking simp? Okay. What is this place? Sholmes. There he goes. Madame Tispels came to London from France 3 years ago, I understand. Since she opened this little waxwork museum last year, it's enjoyed great popularity in London. There are museums like this in Japan too, but those displays are something else. I mean, they aren't made from actual real people, are they? The extreme realism of these waxwork models is a particular secret of the Tispels family, they say. They earned renown during the French Revolution for waxworks of victims of the guillotine. Ugh, that sounds grim. The gruesome scenes were portrayed with such realism in the expressions of the faces of the condemned.
Apparently, the sculptors would make the models directly from the corpses, right there at the side of the execution. God damn, shit! What the fuck? That really turns my stomach. That's just one of several legends about the Tispels family. Whether there's any truth in it, I couldn't say. But anyway, this museum houses models of famous people from all over the globe. Nevertheless, the most popular area of the museum, by quite some margin, is the House of Horrors. House of Horrors? House of Horrors. There's some more R's in there, my friend. Of
course, visitor numbers are dwindling now as a result of the Great Exhibition. But people usually flock here to see the exhibits of some of London's most vile criminals at their gruesome work. Naturally, some of the miscreants portrayed here were sent to the gallows. So they're stiffer now than the models of them. Have you heard of poor taste? My dear fellow, the public live for poor taste. They yearn to be shocked. So, the hideous exhibits in here are...
They're all portrayals of real events that actually took place.
Is it just me, or did the temperature in here just seem to drop? Anyway, I advise you not to think too deeply about what you see in here. Oh, he's back to being a waxwork, is he? What do you mean by a temporary waxwork, Mr. Sholmes? Exactly what you see. I'm part of the exhibits here, catching these criminals in the act. Catching them? Every half an hour, I home in on a different killer in one of the displays and adopt a new pose to ensnare him. When members of the public come for so close a look, I offer them my hand to shake. For a shilling, I'll happily allow them to take a photograph with us. Us? Does he mean him and the waxwork murders in here? But why, Mr. Sholmes? My dear fellow, isn't it obvious? For the money! He really roared at me there. Very fitting for the House of Horrors. He's a jump scare. He's doing a jump scare. As it stands, I may struggle to pay this month's rent, and I have the ravenous iris to consider. Oh, don't guilt trip her!
Oh, Hurley, I'm so hungry.
If push comes to shove, I shall have to ask you to do your bit, Mr. Nadahodo. What's he threatening to rope me into now? So, with that in mind, how about a photograph? As a special treat, you may have your pick of the murderers and scoundrels in here. The choice is yours. Maybe some other time. Remember, Mr. Nadahodo, ignore me at your peril. Back to being a waxwork again. Is it just me, or did his final remark there sound a lot like a curse? I'll take a pic with you, Sholmes. Well, what is it you'd like to ask me, then? Actually, it's about Lord Van Zeeks. Ah, friend Mr. Reaper. How do you find him? Well, I trust? Ignore me at your peril is a very good line. It is. I'm gonna start using that. Pay attention to me. Ignore me at your peril. And so I filled Mr. Sholmes in about everything I'd learned. About Lord Van Zeeks, about Professor Hairbrain, and all the strange coincidences that they'd been at university together. So I'm wondering what it was that happened to make Lord Van Zeek such a different person.
I was sure that you'd know, Hurley.
Spill the tea. Spill the tea. You said there was something going on here in this exhibit hall before. That something was afoot. And that you believed it was related to what I wanted to ask you about. There was a murder. Someone died. Mr. Sholmes? He suddenly clammed up. Well, seems we've reached the unavoidable... Greetings. Who's this? Aesthetic! She's got a big star, just like me. Oh, hello? Where did she appear from? What's she wearing? Does she look any more mysterious? Oh! Oh, happy Halloween, everybody!
I hope you are appreciating my museum.
Sorry, have we... Oh, there he goes! Mr. Sholmes, do you know this? Not again!
My apologies. I am Esmeralda Tispels. This is my museum of waxworks.
What? You're the Madame Tispels? Loving your model, thank you.
Yes, sir. Although only 26 years young, I might add.
I'm sorry, I do not know how to do a French accent. We're just gonna have to deal with, like, vaguely Russian. I don't know how to do a French accent. I could do like 4 accents, and French and German are not on that list. Is that significant somehow?
I'm a madame in name only. It adds a certain je ne sais quoi.
Right.
Firstly, I must apologize for my waxworks. Or rather, one waxwork in particular. He keeps moving around and making a fuss.
That'll be Mr. Sholmes then.
I was led to believe he was a great detective, but he seems unable to settle.
Ah!
Next time you move from your designated exhibit, there will be toil and trouble.
No, no! Damn, Sholmes! He just fucking flopped right over.
She sounds deadly serious.
That's the problem. How am I supposed to ask Mr. Sholmes about Lord Van Zeeks now?
Let's not forget what Hurley said before. About something being afoot. Right here in the museum, I mean.
Yes, I know, but...
I'm so curious. I want to know what's happening here.
haven't we got enough on our plate already? I want the tea! Spill the tea! Oh, her music is fun, too. Did you make all these waxworks mount into spells?
I did. I am the 3rd generation of waxwork artisans, you know. Gosh! It was my grandmother who began the tradition in my family. Her fortunes were checkered, living through the turbulent times of the French Revolution as she did. Though that is when she acquired the savior fare that leads to the astonishing likeness. All these waxworks really do look as though they're alive. In fact, they look more alive than Hurley. What you see exhibited here represents the most atrocious of London's criminal past. All the waxworks here were created in the presence of real people on which they are modeled. In the hours immediately following their executions. That is the secret to the extraordinary lifelikeness.
That sounds terrifying.
All walks of life have similar challenges, I'm sure. To carry out one's trade par excellence, one must go to extraordinary lengths.
Can you guys hear? Did the stream die? Am I still going? I don't know what just happened. Like, all of the stuff on my computer just blipped. Okay. Oh, yep. VTube Studio crashed. Fuck. Alright. Well, if the stream is still going, then... Technical difficulties. Please stand by. This is fine. This is fine. We can't see the game. Yeah, I don't know what happened there. It disconnected. Like, my stream deck disconnected, pretty much everything disconnected for a half second there. Close the program. Yeah, I know, I see it too. It's not working for me either. 1 second. Can I... Are we gonna finally cook this? Oh shit, yeah, it like disconnected everything. I might have to restart the stream. Here, I can turn, well, okay, well, she's not gonna move, but I can turn my little icon back on at least. Yeah. I might have to restart the stream. Cause like it disconnected and I'm not gonna hang on. Yeah, Return of the PNG tuber. She's still here. Okay, if I plug it back in now, is it gonna will it find itself? Yeah, I'm sleeping. Yeah, fuck, I might have to restart OBS, which means turning the stream off and back on. I was really hoping this wasn't gonna happen, but it did. Alright. I'm contemplating just... I wanted to play longer! Like... I've got a half hour left that I can stream. I wonder if I should just end it here for tonight. That way I don't have like a super short video in my archive. I don't know. Damn it, I wanted to play longer for today! I wanted to at least get to the end of the investigation portion. It's already 7:30 though. Fuck it. I'm restarting the stream because I gotta close OBS and then come right back. Probably no VTuber anymore because she was the one who caused the crash, I think. I'll be back in like 3 minutes. Nobody go anywhere. BRB.